It's a cityscape that's almost unrecognisable. Melbourne in 1910. This is Marvellous Melbourne, a documentary by British filmmaker Charles Spencer, and the oldest film about the city.
The city was very much becoming industrialised, becoming a machine, as some authors have referred to it as. So we're beginning to see the dawn of the new era of Melbourne.
Steam trains rolled into Richmond Station. Ladies in hats waited on spacious platforms. A far cry from the daily crush of today. The view down Bourke Street, a little different now to 1910. The Australian Centre for the Moving Image shows this film to thousands of visitors every year.
It's nice to see old Melbourne.
So much more different, so much more open.
Even 108 years ago, Flinders Street Station was the place to meet under the clocks. It and the exhibition building are examples of how landmarks have been protected. So too the GPO and Parliament House.
I like to see how Melbourne's preserved the history and the architecture.
On St Kilda Road, wide roads, horses and cable trams were a feature.
And the fact that you can get on the tram and ride that same trip across Princess Bridge, I think is wonderful.
Just below Princess Bridge, rowing on the Yarra was a popular pastime. Boats and crowds a regular sight. At the showgrounds, the Royal Melbourne Show was more about agricultural issues than about rides and goodies. It's work like Charles Spencer's that ACME's experts spend hours archiving electronically. And there's a good reason.
The uses of films like that are never-ending. People are interested in the fashion of the time. We get heritage architects who are interested in restoration of buildings in the city.
But it's a painstaking process. 157,000 items in the collection are still to be digitised. Each one takes a day, meaning the whole process could take 430 years.
The CSIRO declared an animal to be extinct in 1965. We found footage of that animal still alive in 1967, and we were able to, in fact, alter the scientific record.
There's no altering Melbourne's love affair with sport. Spencer also captured our passion for football. Collingwood won its third flag that year. In that same year, Alfred Deakin was Prime Minister. There was no Westgate Bridge, the bottom end of Queen Street was a shipping port, and if you wanted to get the spirit of Tasmania from Station Pier, well, you couldn't. In 1910, Melbourne was 75 years old, its population 591,830. Now, as the city prepares to celebrate its 183rd birthday, more than 4.8 million people call Melbourne home.
We should always think of these early photographic attempts and film attempts as an effort to create time machines, because that's what they were.
Jonathan Kersley, 9 News.